guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today is Friday Freebie Day. This week has gone so quickly, but today we are on number 89, and I thought I'd just bring you some nice journal cards or whatever you'd like to use them for. And they are sort of like in a spring sort of theme, so you've got crocuses and daffodils and daisies and some lovely pansies on there, and I thought they would look really nice as well to go into your journals at the moment, because they're sort of like spring. They're almost like as well Mother's Day, which the UK Mother's Day is coming up soon, so they are really nice, sort of like a general journal card. Now I'm going to make something today. I'm going to attempt to make something today, so I'm just going to pop this to the side, and I'm going to make sort of like a journal thingy midgiggy. I'm going to use some Amazon packaging. These are the cards that I have already cut out, and I've sewn around them, and I have printed on the back as well, just so that they're not white on there. So I think they look really nice, so I'm just going to pop those to the side. I've got some little bits of vellum as well, because I want to use them as little pockets. So these are 5 inches by, I think it's just over 1.5 inches on those, so I've got 5 of those. I have got an Amazon package again here, which was one of the envelopes that you get, and I've just cut out this bit, so I've got the spine, so I can use the spine like that. So I've just cut out a section like that, and I've got some paper to go in it, so that's like a little journal like that. So that can go to the side. Now I'm using this paper. I don't think I've shown you this paper. I think it's in the shop. I'm just going to show you. It's just backing paper. Let me have a look. So let me just put this to the side, because that's the one I'm going to use. This is the paper here. These are, I think it's called Butterflies and Flowers backing papers. So I've actually printed, there's 2 lots on here, so you've got 12 pages, you've got 6 of lovely butterflies and flowers, and then you've got 6 pages of the just the script. Let's turn it around this way. So this is what they look like, and I'm loving them. Really lovely, gorgeous colors like this. Beautiful hydrangea on there, and some gorgeous roses. Now I've printed on the back of these, and you've got the script on the back, so it's the script that goes under here, so they will actually match like that, so you can bend them over. So that's the script for that one, and that's that one. Look at that. I just love this tealy colour. It's really gorgeous. So again, you don't have to print them on the back, but I think they look really lovely if you're doing a journal, and they all go in. So there we go, and that's the one I'm using today. So that's a quick flip of those, so you know what I'm using. I'll pop a link to them down underneath anyway. So I'm going to take the cover here. Shall I measure it? I have cut this. I think it's, look, this is just under 8 inches, and then I have got 9 3/4 inches. So again, do whatever size you like. It's entirely up to you, and it depends what size sort of like envelopes or paper you're using if you're going to recycle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick this on the front like that. So let's just turn that over. I'm just going to stick that on. Now, I'm not very prepared with my glues, am I? Let's just get a bit of glue stick for this one, because I will be sewing it as well. Sewing around the edges. So you can use whatever glue you like to use. Again, I'm just using this glue, which is a glue stick, which is MP, which I get from a local shop here. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked to see if you can get it online, because I get it from the shop here, the shop that sells everything, and I'm sure they're all over the place as well. Right, so lots of glue. Stick this down there. I'm just going to trim around it anyway, so let's just stick that on nicely. nice flattened down. So I hope you guys have had a lovely week. It's gone very, very quickly, hasn't it? So let's just chop around this so it's nice and neat. Now I don't think I will put the inside on yet because I want to sort of put the pockets on. So let me just tidy this up. Like this. I want to sew. I'm going to think I might try and sew the pockets on. So let's see. Again, I've got them in vellum. I'm doing the vellum pockets so that you can see the journal cards underneath. Now I don't really want to bend it too much, but I want to see the edge here so I know. So I'm just going to just mark it with a little bit of ink so I know where the edge is, like that, where the fold is, I mean. There we go. And then I can ink around the edge anyway. So these are the little pockets that I want to put on. And then what I was thinking of doing is just sort of like having them on the front like this, in little sort of random pockets. That can go at the top, and then we can put that one in like that, just so we've got lovely little pockets in the front, and then we're going to have the journal in the inside, which I thought would look really nice. So I need to just pop these on. So we need to pop the top one on first. I've made them a little bit longer so I can snip them off to size. So you just need to lie them on top of each other like that. So we'll put this one at the top so we know it doesn't go over the top, so it will be roughly there, and just sort of overlap them a little bit like this. And we want this one so it's right at the bottom, along the bottom bit like that. So I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to sew them on one at a time. Okay, so this one's going to have to go on first like that. I'm going to glue it on. Now you don't have to sew, you can just glue them down. I'm just going to just pop a little bit of glue on here, tiny bit along there, just to hold it on, and stick it down like that. Now I'm going to go to my sewing machine now, and I'm just going to sew around this bit. I'm not going to go down here because I'll sew that bit on separately in a minute when I go around the whole thing, and I don't want it to be sort of like doubly sewn on. But obviously I have to do this one at a time, so that one, and then we can put that one in there, that one will go on there, so I have to do that. So I'm going to quickly do that and I will be back. Okay, so there we go. So that looks really nice. So what they are, they're just little pockets like that. I've glued these sides down, so I haven't gone along this bit, and I haven't sewn along this bottom bit either. So I've just got the pockets on here. So what I thought I would do, let's pop that one in there just to show you what it looks like. That one can go there. So just sort of like put one to the side and one to that side so you can actually see them. So there we go. That looks really nice, I think. So that was the aim. So that's worked out. So now what I want to do, I want to just turn this over, and I want to just stick that on the inside. So let's just cut this little bit of thread off. So let's glue all this like that. Lots and lots of glue. Now again, you don't have to sew around this, so you could stick the little pockets on. So if you're not a sewer, you can stick the pockets down, and you don't have to use vellum. You can use whatever you like, any bits of paper that you've got that you want to use. But again, I like to use the vellum so you can see the lovely pictures on your journal cards that you've got. Oopsie daisy. Right, I'm going to pop this like that. Should we make sure I got it up the right way? There we go. And then just put that on the top, just so we're nice and level. Stick that down. So this is quite a nice little quick project again. Squash that down. There we go. Snip these little extra bits off, so that means that we can snip all those little pockets off that were just that little bit too long, like that, and then tidy it all up. Let's just trim around it. Now I might pop a little bit of lace or something. Let's have a look just down the side here before I fold it in half. Now I've got some bits here. I've got this one here, so I'm not quite sure whether that's going to be a little bit too big. I've got some pink velvet, which I just love this pink velvet. I think it's so pretty. So that could just go down the side nice and delicate. Or we have this one here, which is quite pretty, isn't it? See, that would look quite nice with the velvet over the top, I think, wouldn't it? I think I'm going to have both. I'm not sure whether this, oopsie daisy, this is a little bit too wide, so let's just chop that down, pop the pin back in. Let's just measure that, just make it a little bit bigger, just so it's going to be easier to handle, I think. Pop the pin in there. Let's see, let's just stick that down. So we've still got plenty of room to put these in. I don't want, so I'm going to actually cut this down just a little bit, because it's just a little bit too wide, I think. Snip this down. So don't be afraid to cut your laces and bits of trim, especially if you're going to sew it so it won't fray. So let's just pop a little bit of glue down here, stick it on like that, and then that means it doesn't overhang too much on the edge, like that. And then a little bit more glue, and we'll pop the bit of velvet down. Not too much glue, because we are going to sew this, but again, if you're not going to sew it, make sure you have enough glue on there. Go, just stick that down. Perfect. So that looks really pretty, doesn't it? I'm going to chop that off, and I've sewn it along there. Okay, so I'm just going to go and sew all the way around the outside, so it's going to go all the way around that, so I will be back 2 seconds. Okay, so there we go, so that's sewn all the way around the outside. So let's just cut these little bits off like that and tidy this up, which I think looks really pretty. Like that, get these little bits out of the way. So now we need to fold this in half without this creasing up, like that. Fold that down. Look at that, perfect, love it. So now what I'm going to do, I've got these bits of tea stain paper which I've just measured beforehand to fit in there nicely. Okay, so you can just fold up, you can have bits of scrap paper in there, whatever you like. So let's just make sure that's stuck down. And then what we are going to do is just make some holes in there and do the spine. So I was going to ink it actually. Let's add a little bit of ink to the inside and the outside, just to add that little finishing touch to it. Just down there, down through the middle and a little bit on the outside. Again, you could always put a pocket on the back if you wanted to, but I think that looks really nice. So let me get these bits together. So that can go in there. So what we need to do is find the middle, get my book. I do have my cotton, not my cotton, it is wax thread. I've got my book, look at my book, this needs a new page turned over there. So that's going to go in there nicely. Let's just get my little pokey tool, my little awl, wherever it is. There we go. Is that level? Does that look level? Let's just straighten this up a little bit, like that. There we go. Now I'm going to pop one through the middle. So let's just pop that through the middle, one at the top and then one at the bottom, like that. I think that's about right. Let's move our book out of the way. Now I'm going to pop the needle through the middle hole, up through the top, like that, and down through there, and then back up through the middle. Whoopsie daisy. And then we'll go back through the middle hole, if it will. There we go. I think I had a little bit too much thread there, but that's okay. Pop the lid on my glue a minute before it dries up. Tie that in a little knot. And we can just chop that off. Like that. Perfect. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So we've got a lovely little journal, and then probably need something to close it with, really. And then we've got our little journal cards here, which is the Friday Freebies. So they can just go in. Let's pop you at the top there. Like that. Little daisies at the bottom. I think it goes that way round. You can go in there, and then this one on there. Look at that. I think that looks really, really nice, and it's a really nice quick little project as well. So we could do with a little closure of some sort, though, couldn't we? What can we use? Let's have a think. I could probably pop a little bit of ribbon or something on there. Not sure. I need to look into more closures, I think, and see what I've got. Actually, we could use, oopsie daisy. I can actually just use something like that, couldn't I? Oh, I like that. Close that shut, and maybe add a little bit of this to it. And that will go through the hole. Let's have a look. Let me take it off. Just pop it through one of them, just the front one, like that. Tie a little knot on there. Like that, so it comes down. them off. Oopsie daisy. And then clip that on there. Like that. So then that's your little closure. Oh, I like that. That's nice, isn't it? And that just hangs down, so you can clip that on and off. Now these ones I've used before, where I've put one on the back and one on the front. This one I've got here has got a little bit of a dingly dangly on it, which I've used before. So you can do that, and then you can have a little bit of chain in between, and then you just unclip one and it keeps it on the back like that. So it all depends how you want to do it. So you can have them, or you can have it like that and have your little danglies, dingly danglies as I like to call them, on there. So it's entirely up to you. Oh, I quite like that one on there as well. Decisions. Now I'm going to go with this one. I think that looks nice. So there we go. Let's pop that one back on my shelf. So there we are, guys. That's your Friday freebie for this week. So we've got the lovely journal cards, and again, these can be used for your Mother's Day cards. They can go into your nice spring journals. This one says "with my love" on there, which I think that's a really, really nice one, because that goes with any, you can pop that on there. With the script paper would look really nice as well to make a card, and I'm loving them. So there we go, guys. It's your Friday freebie for this week. I hope you like it. I hope you're going to use it. All the details on Friday Freebies will be under the video, how to get them, and where to go. So there we are. Thank you so much for joining me. Please stay safe, take care, and I will see you next time. All right, guys, bye bye.